Alright, welcome back to PhantomX Gaming. We are back in Kerbal Space Program, and I think today we are going to make up for the absolute crash we had yesterday by going back to a planet we've been to before and double checking to see if our Kerbals are still stranded, and maybe even seeing if we can rescue them, possibly. It depends on a few different factors on that, but where we're going, I'm going to keep that a secret because we have Kerbals stranded all over the place. But for now, we're going to go and get our rocket. We're going to use the same rocket we used yesterday, and hopefully we can make that work. But I am going to make some changes to it. We're going to pull that back up, and we're going to do the endless zoom all the way in. Eventually, we'll get close enough that possibly, there we go. So these are solid fuel. I don't really like the performance of it, so we're going to take those off, and we're going to go with liquid fuel on this time. So we're going to go to... I don't like those. I don't like those either. I might like these. That's tiny. Let's sort by size. We'll go all the way up to the top here. Actually, I think this is the one that I used previously on another live, and it seemed to have worked. I think we're going to go with this one. No, we're not. That doesn't sit right. Quite literally. Let's try that. And then we're going to bring the size way up. Whoops. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. And with the size going way up, we're also going to move this way up as well. And we're going to put it right there. And we're going to double it. Double or nothing, right? Alright, there's that part. That should be enough fuel to get us somewhere. And of course we have to make it aerodynamic. Wow, words and sentences are not working today. And we'll bring the scale down. Maybe here. There we go. That looks a little bit better. And we're going to go with that one. And we do need to change this engine out. That did not work very well. So we're going to go over here. We have it sorted by size already. And I think somewhere in here there should be... What does that give us? Not really enough for me to... maybe enough. Maybe. Possibly. Kinda, sorta. There is a potential for it to be enough. 0.18. That is not enough. Let's get rid of that and forget we ever pulled that out of there. I feel like there's something that we could do with that. What does that do for here? 0.26. We'd have to scale that way up for that to really matter. That is way too unrealistic. So, let's try these. Will these do it for us? Nope. Because those are cryogenic. And that is not cryogenic fuel. Let's see. Let's try these. These might do us some good. 0.80. And if I were to put, say, another one right here, I wonder what that would do for us. If we dumped that down here. 1.30. That works. That works well. Not really the standard engine I would use. It just seems to have the potential to work. So we're going to go with it and see what happens with it. But before we do anything, we forgot one part. Well, I forgot one part. Need a little bit more control over these. So we're going to stick that there, switch these over to SAS, and then stick those back on, scale them back down proper. There we go. That looks slightly better, with a little bit more thrust. So with that, we're also going to go to utility. And somewhere in here is the fuel lines. Somewhere in here are the fuel line. Wait, where are they? Under, no, it wouldn't be under. No, it'd be under structural, right? No. Let's do it this way. And see if we can find our fuel transfer lines somewhere in this mess. Hopefully. Possibly. Hey, how you doing, Lev? I got distracted with trying to find fuel lines. Forgot the... Oh, there they are. Haha, I win. I'm going to switch that to that and go over there, and we're going to do that. And that should, in theory, transfer the fuel from those outside tanks into the inside tank. Yes. Okay, we're going to zoom back out before I get dizzy. So that should do us some good. So if these have any fuel left at the end, they should transfer over to the main fuel tank for that one. Now, the other thing I wanted to do was hit the launch button. And eventually, through the long loading screen that still exists because I still have like 200 mods, we will eventually get out to our launch pad. Hopefully. Now, yesterday we did have the Kraken show up very early. I'm hoping the Kraken does not show up early this time because we have a very important mission to do. And that is, we hit the map button to go all the way out to Jewel. And within the confines of... Let me have this. Wait, no, no. Within the confines of Jewel is Lathe, where we, if you remember from last week, crashed on a small little piece of land with a few Kerbals. I can't remember who it was. But we are going to go ahead... Whoops, wrong button. And see if they're still there before launching a rescue mission. So, that being said, let's hit the fuel and launch. Very slowly. Alright, we have reached space. Not quite as far out as I would like to be, but it does work. And I think we want to be around 1 million meters. And that should be a reasonable place to do a maneuver. Because I have plenty of fuel left. More than enough fuel left. And I think I over-engineered this again, even after fixing it. So that we have way more fuel than we actually need. But that's okay. We will make it work. If we have extra fuel, maybe we'll do a quick orbit around, I don't know, maybe Eve or somewhere like that. Somewhere we haven't been yet. We're approaching 600,000 meters. How is everyone doing today? Let me know in the chat. Alright, we are coming up on 1 million meters. That should be Okay-ish. Why am I way out here? What did I do? Where are we? There we are. Ha! I found it. I haven't lost a planet yet today. Lev, you're doing good? Yeah, you had a long day. You had a very long day. So did I. We both had a very long day. It was an interesting day. A lot of chaos. I blame the Kraken. Alright, so I just brought the apoapsis out just a little bit so I have a proper periapsis to use the Oberth effect. We're going to use that to just get out of orbit. That's about right. Yeah, that's definitely right. Very long, very strenuous day. Um, if it makes you feel better, I had to get on and off the 20-hand Percheron 4 times in one single 1-hour ride today. So, and I did that from the ground. I basically had to get my foot at the equal height of my upper chest in order to get back on that horse. Lev knows exactly what horse I'm talking about. It was terrible having to do that multiple times. It was a good exercise. I mean, I don't have to climb any stairs anytime soon, I hope. Welcome everyone that's coming in. You haven't missed anything. We haven't had the Kraken show up yet. So that's a good thing. We're doing okay. This is our rocket right here. One of these days I'll remember to put lights on it so we can actually see it. But who am I kidding? I will always forget. That is, unless you guys hit that subscribe button, then that will remind me to put lights on them. How you doing, Sim? I'm doing very well. A little bit tired. It was a very long day. But I'm glad to be sitting at my desk and hanging out with you guys. We're just going to fast forward over to the maneuver and hit that button. I wonder, can we change the... No, we can't change the plume on those. Apparently only the other engine that we didn't want to use because it wasn't actually powerful enough. So I'm continuing to use the fuel that's in these just because... Well, I'm not entirely sure why. But I think at some point I should get rid of these before hitting orbit. Well, I got a ways to go. I'll keep burning for a little bit here. Don't forget to hit that like button. That helps spread this out to people that have not seen the channel yet. And I think right about here should be good to get rid of these boosters. Right here. And I really hope I adjusted the speed of release. You need to fix your game. The CCAN mod manager isn't working. 100% to install RP1. So what is not working on it? Maybe I can help you out with that. Just gonna get rid of those and just get away from them before they decide to invite the Kraken. Haha. I win for now. And we're gonna continue that burn. Those should crash on Kerbin somewhere, hopefully not on a house or something. I have had similar things happen. It's saying a dependency isn't met and references a realism overhaul. Okay. So does it give you the option to install that when it offers the extras? Because when you select the mods you want to use, when you go to the next menu, it will have a bunch of suggested or recommended, and then that mod should be in that list if it is on CCAN. So we are coming up on... There we go, close enough. I can accept that. There, we are exactly where we need to be. So I'm going to go ahead and warp to here. just because we can and nobody's here to tell me no. When it comes to modding, definitely don't let it make you angry. Only because the more frustrated you get with it, the more things go wrong, and that is a proven fact. Don't ask me how I know. We're gonna add a maneuver to the periapsis real quick. Doesn't reach the next menu like normal, and it's not on the recommended list. So jump into my Discord. It's linked at the top of my channel. Send an application. I'll see if anyone's around to accept it for you. And then after this live, if you want to jump into the general voice channel, I'll jump in there as well, and I'll try to see if I can help you with it. So we have our maneuver there. So I think what I'm going to do is just get us completely out into solar orbit. It's only a 14-second burn, and we're practically at the maneuver position, so that's always a plus. Modding always makes you angry when it doesn't work. Oh, I mean, that's when you step away for a while and do something else, and then come back to it with a fresh set of eyes. That's usually the best way to do it. If something isn't working and it's starting to really frustrate you, then your best bet is just walk away from it until you can, calm down a little bit and come back with new ideas. Welcome everyone that's just jumping in. We haven't had the Kraken visit us yet, but who knows, it might happen soon. I'm about to start getting out into solar. May as well start our burn now. You'll be off work very late though. Oh, is that Eastern Standard Time that you're working with, or one of the other time zones? There we go. We are heading towards solar orbit. I'm going to fast forward manually and hopefully not break it. It's too slow. That's better. Okay, why is it going so slow? Definitely going too slow. Am I going to fall back to Kerbin? I better hit that button. Let me have it. Let me have it. Why are we going so slow? There we go. Okay, that had me worried for a second there. Alright, so we are in solar orbit. Periapsis is still close to Kerbin, but that is okay because we are heading to Joule. Set as target, and it's on a different plane. So what I want to do is... Actually, I have a terrible idea. We should have enough fuel to do this. You'll bribe me to accept it with a subscribe? Well, I appreciate you guys hitting the subscribe button. YouTube says that it's impossible for a smaller channel to hit 500 subscriptions in less than like 2 years. So that's the goal. But you don't have to bribe me. I will help you. I don't see anyone on right now that can accept it, and I'd have to minimize the game in order to accept it. So as soon as the live is over, I'll go in, I'll accept it, and then I'll be in the voice channel. All right, so I think what we should do is we should get an encounter with Duna, and then from Duna, do a quick orbit around, and then head over to Drez, and maybe skip over Drez, because I keep getting copyright claims on the music on that, even though it has nothing to do with anything that even resembles the music they say that it's copywritten on. Not even the same genre. I'm pretty sure very nice, low-key, relaxing, peaceful, instrumental music is definitely not hardcore rap. However, we're gonna use we're gonna use Duna in order to get lined up properly with Joule, and then we should be okay. So I'm gonna set an alarm for a planetary transfer from Kerbin to Duna. Add alarm and fast forward until we get there. Your Twitch has just under 20 and YouTube has 6. Well, that's a very good start. You have to start somewhere. However, if you keep working really hard at it and keep pushing and keep a consistent schedule, then your channel will definitely grow. I'm gonna add a maneuver here and see if we can't get a Duna encounter somewhere. I have no idea where it'll happen, but I'm gonna bring that out. Delete and close. I forgot I was still doing that. Get rid of that. Zoom back in. Round 2. Add maneuver. And zoom back out and drag that out and drag this over until such time as we get some form of encounter somewhere along this line. Possibly, hopefully. Oh, wait. Oh, there it is. I got it on accident. I accept. We're going to fast forward to 2 hours and 21 minutes, and we're going to get over to our position. Do a collab with a bigger streamer, and maybe some of their followers will subscribe to me. Well, see, the biggest thing that I notice with streamers and YouTubers is when they get to a point where they're kind of a large channel, they're making a lot of money off of it, they forget where they come from. They forget the struggle, they forget the fight to really push and get to where they got. And so even as a smaller streamer and YouTuber, if I were to reach out to a bigger channel to do a collab, they probably wouldn't even respond to me. Which is one of the other reasons that basically my whole thing is it doesn't matter how big my channel gets. If I get to the point where I'm, 500,000, a million subscribers, or even more, I'm still going to remember what I had to do to get there. And I'm still going to do my absolute best to talk to every single one of you at least once throughout a stream. And I'm still going to make myself available for any of you guys to hang out with, chat with, and even do collabs with. That's just the way I personally am. I think it's good to remember where you come from and remember how hard it was to get to where you were. You're talking about a channel with like 200 subscribers? Even at that point, those are the channels that are also, they're heading in that direction as well. So a smaller channel to them would be a channel like my size. I have spoken to a couple, and they basically said, "Oh, well, when you match my subscriber level," and I ended it there. I wasn't gonna try to press that any further. All right, so excuse me, can't breathe today. We have our encounter over here. We're gonna go ahead and start our burn because we are 21 seconds past our burn time. Words and sentences are not working very well today. I was struggling most of the day trying to make words and sentences work. Your first edited video took forever to make. You don't understand how people make consistent videos. It's crazy how much goes into it. Yes, there is a huge amount that goes into making videos. A lot of my little short movies that I made, those took anywhere between 5 and 7 hours to make, and they got very few views. I think one of them has like 40 and one has 50. Uh, and then the problem is you put mindless stuff out there that has zero effort, and that's the stuff that gets views. I get thousands of views on the stuff that takes very little effort or time, but the stuff that I put huge amounts of effort into, I struggle to get numbers on. So it's an interesting way that whole system works, but that's okay. I'm going to keep making long form content. You know, I have a bunch of new videos in the works. I have a super crazy, insane KSP movie that I am working on currently. Uh, it's going to take probably close to 700 or 800 hours to make. I would have to, you know, I have to go into the studio. I have to get voice actors. I have to write and record all of the music for it myself. And I do that with actual instruments. I don't do that with MIDI or anything like that. All right, so we have our encounter here. Is it a good encounter? I feel like I just lost it. Oh, wait, no, it turns out it's over here now. Okay, I accept. So we're going to zoom in over here and get as close as we possibly can. I'm going to go all of the way to here. Add maneuver, circularize, get into position, and fast forward. In general, it keeps your interactions genuine regardless if it's digital or not. People acting like real people feel less lonely. Yeah, the people that push people away are the ones that are actually lonely but don't know how to handle it. Which is why we always have to be positive and uplifting for everyone and understanding of where they're coming from in different situations. That's a huge commitment. Yeah, it's a massive commitment. I've been working on it I've probably sunk 20 plus hours into it so far. And that was just watching the video clips that or the full length lives and videos that I have, recording videos for it, and then just clipping out sections that I want to use. We're at just about our maneuver position here, and we're going to hit that button, and hopefully, possibly, get a quick little orbit around. And then I'm gonna use that to launch out to Joule, just because it gives me a wider orbit ring to be able to use to line up with Joule. So we are 15 seconds out from completing this part of the burn. I'm not going to quite circularize, but I just want to get circularized enough that I can bring my periapsis down and use the Oberth effect to just really power it straight to Joule. Yeah, so when you're making videos, oh, I am way past my burn time. Or I overburned. There we go. Overcooked. When you're making videos, it doesn't always go the way you think it's going to go. Why don't I have an orbit? Uh-oh. Oh, I overburned, and that's why. Add maneuver. Circularize. Get into position. When you're making a video, it doesn't usually go the way you think it's going to go, and then you have different ideas as you're doing it. And then that can change the entire format of a video. And then in some cases, that means you have to start over, which is okay because in a lot of cases, the new version is a cleaner and more entertaining version of it. You have a day and 3 hours to fast forward here. Welcome everyone that's just showing up. The only thing that's gone wrong so far is my failure to pay attention to my burn times. So we are close enough, I think. I'm going to go out to, whoops, wrong button. We're going to go out to the map here just so I can watch this happen so I don't miss it again or overburn. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. The more you hit that like button, the more YouTube pushes this out to new people that haven't seen my channel before. And the more you chat in the chat, the more YouTube pushes it out and decides that it's actually worth spreading. So we have our periapsis down at about 34 million meters and our apoapsis up at 81 million. So that should do us some good. So I'll add a maneuver. Actually, what I should do is think this through a little better because I just made a mistake. I used fuel I didn't need to use. So we're going to use that periapsis to get back to add maneuver, back to solar orbit, because I need to be in solar orbit in order to make my transfer effectively. No, wrong direction. There we go. 1 second burn. We're going to fast forward over there. We're going to hit that button, because that was the wrong button. Why are we going that way? It's okay. Oh yeah, because we were fast forwarding. So there's that. It's been a long day. Give me a break. All right, we are close enough. We're going to get out to solar orbit in 3, 2, 1. And I overburned that. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and fast forward that. Fast forward that more. It always slows us way down. And we are in solar orbit. All right, so now I'm going to jump back. Oh, wrong button. There we go. I was already in the map. So I'm going to set another alarm for the planetary transfer from Duna. There we go. To Joule. Add alarm and time warp. How do I have so much delta V? I am pretty sure I have easy ISP, but I'm not sure. I've lost track of how many mods I have or what mods I have in the many that I do have. All right, so we're gonna line up Joule's orbit. No, we're not. We're gonna we're gonna zoom in first. Click here, add maneuver to there. Delete that. And get rid of that and try that again because something happened there. Add maneuver here. And the other reason I have so much delta V is because the engines that I do have are very efficient. Shadow and Shade, welcome. Chat finally works. Had to open it up on your laptop. Was it not working on your phone? All right, we're gonna line this up. We have our. Actually, I think we're pretty close. Somehow. I'm not entirely sure how, but that's okay. We're gonna bring this out. Wait, we have something. Are we gonna get it? Are we gonna get it? We got it! Haha, first try. You just wanted to come say hi? Well, I appreciate it. Chat was working on your phone, but not your PC. Hey, yeah, that's a little bit weird. That's confusing, in fact. Alright, so first try, we got our encounter, but that does not mean we're going to keep that encounter. We're very close to our maneuver position, so I'm just going to fast forward time. Apparently for a very long time. And we're going to get over to our position. We are way past our needed time to burn, so we might lose our encounter. That's okay. I do everything haphazardly, and I don't calculate anything, and I just hope for the best, and sometimes it works. And if it doesn't work, then that works too. We have a 1 minute 45-second burn here. That's telling me to get rid of that maneuver and make a new one and do it right. I decline its request. We are going to continue this burn, and we're going to make it work. We're going to attempt to make it work. Am I on the same? Yeah, I have no idea how I ended up through all of that on the exact same plane, but I am okay with that. So now that we have about 50 of you in here, how is everyone doing? Let's see if we can blow that chat up and see if we can get like 500 comments in the next, say, 2 minutes while we're doing this burn. And then whoever chats the most, well, chats the most. I don't have anything to give for prizes. I'm not monetized yet, so I don't have the ability to give away memberships. So we have 34 seconds left. 500 comments. That's the goal. 22 seconds. And we have 52 people in here. Let's see if we can just break the chat. Let's completely break the chat. If you're watching on a TV, go ahead and tap the screen. Nothing bad could ever happen. We are almost there. Come on, let me have this. Let me have it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Close enough. And we have it. We have it first try, too. How, I have no idea, but we're going to try to get in here, and this is our escape, this is our encounter, and this is our maneuver to circularize. Way over there somehow. But we'll make it work. I have no idea if it's going to work, but... Whoop, wrong button. What did I do? Nope, don't do things. Don't do bad things. We have 75 subs. Let's see if we can get that to 100 by the end of the stream. That's the goal, 100 subs by the end of the stream. We only need 25 more. So if half of you aren't subbed yet, then we could definitely hit it in the next like 30 seconds. Doesn't cost you a thing, and it helps me out a huge amount. Whether you're subbed, not subbed, liked, not liked, or just kind of lurking in the background, I appreciate every single one of you. We're going to go ahead and fast forward over to our maneuver position and hope we don't lose it. You said you were going to go somewhere but don't want to tell us. You don't do well with not knowing. Well, I feel like there's some kind of dead giveaway somewhere in here. I could definitely be wrong. 100 subs and I make a cursed ship to reach the furthest planet. Oh, that would be an absolute disaster. I love it. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So if we hit 100 subs by the end of this stream, I will make a cursed ship and we will go all the way out to Plock, which is incredibly far away, very difficult to reach, and incredibly difficult to actually maneuver around and to. As we found out yesterday when I thought I could land on it, it looked kind of sketchy and weird, and I still did it anyways and then crashed. Name it Plock You? That'd be funny. That would definitely be funny. That's an idea. That's kind of a good idea, actually. Make an off-center ship with the with something in the opposite direction. Well, to start, let's go ahead and start this burn because it is a long burn and we're past our burn time. I hope I'm in the right direction. Yeah, I am. Okay, I got scared for a second. Or Plock off. That's funny too. We'll have to decide that if we hit 100 subscribers by the end of this stream. We have about 49 seconds left to burn. Getting all sorts of weird encounters there. And I'm not entirely sure what type they are. We're also going to make this an equatorial orbit, just to make it easier. Because I think where we're going is going to be roughly around there. You think I should make a video of making a fighter jet? I think I could do something like that. I've made a few of those already. In fact, I made one for the Kerbal Wars video, and whoop, I should have turned that off a long time ago. I made one for the Kerbal Wars video, and then had a mod break. And when I went to try to reuse the plane, I was missing the mod that was broken that wasn't gonna work. And it was like a fighter jet, but it was also an SSTO. And also an interplanetary, because I loaded it up with fuel to unrealistic levels and use uh, electricity only engines as a backup. We're going to bring our periapsis down. How close? I have no idea yet. Whoop, wrong direction. There we go. That should work. Fast forward there, go like that. Yeah, so I can definitely make a video with a fighter jet. It'll be an SSTO. And I might even install the uh, weapons mod again, even though that is a Kraken nightmare, to make it look real official. And then maybe we'll go revisit Duna with it and see if we can't launch a few missiles towards Duna. We're in position, 2 minutes out for a 7-second burn. You forgot that I made one for the Kerbal War video? Yeah, that was a while ago. I think that was like, what, a month ago, give or take? That was definitely a while ago. Seems like yesterday. Oh yeah, that's right. Yesterday I pulled a clip out of there. 46 seconds out. We're just gonna go ahead and start that burn anyways. And we're gonna pay somewhat attention to it. Oh, I should have slowed that down a long time ago too. There we go. Whoops. And we're gonna pull up that periapsis with a circularization and bring it down even further. That should be okay. Roughly. We have way too much fuel for this mission. But that is okay because I have some really bad ideas. Like really, really bad ideas. It's gonna be great. Alright, so 356 days away. We're gonna go ahead and fast forward because I'm not gonna make you guys suffer through 356 actual days. Mostly because I don't want to suffer through 356 actual days of waiting for this to get into position. I'm going to continue to drink my monster while we wait for this. I am a terrible example. I am drinking high caffeine drinks. They're terrible for you. I love them. I basically survive off of them nowadays. We're going to start that burn now. We're going to leave it out a little bit open just to kind of fill in some of that time. No, we're not. We're going to go ahead and speed that all the way up and do a full burn. Yeah, so out of all the engines that we have access to, these engines are actually the most realistically accurate because they don't make any noise. You don't actually have noise in space. Oh, I way overburned that. Way overburned that. Am I going to crash into the planet? No. I'm on a weird orbit. Definitely going to have to fix that. Because somewhere in here is where we're going to end up. But what I'm going to do for now is go over to the periapsis, add maneuver, circularize, and flip it. Complete 180. Why am I flipping it? I have no idea. It just seemed like a cool thing to do at the time. Also, you just wanted to say what I do on these streams is genuinely incredible. I appreciate that. Thank you. I do my best to make things as entertaining and positive as I can for everyone that's watching. And if I make myself look stupid or make mistakes, it that's okay. It's makes you like words and sentences not working. It makes you guys laugh and makes your day a little bit better, and that's what counts. I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, fast forwarding to here. I have no idea why I flipped the orbit, but I mean, we're there. We flipped it. I forgot what I was initially doing. You gotta go. Sorry you couldn't stay longer. That's okay. I appreciate you stopping by. You have a good night. And we're just about there. There's a 1 minute and 55-second burn for absolutely no reason. And we're gonna do this without being in the map. So we're gonna do this entire flip of our orbital direction without seeing if it's actually going to be successful. We're just about in position, and we're past our burn time as always, so we're going to go ahead and start that right now. And while that is doing its thing, let's see if we can break chat again. So we have 1 minute and 30 seconds. In the next 1 minute and 30 seconds, let's see who can send the most messages. Starting 7 seconds ago. 1 minute 20 seconds. This is a really long burn for such a not so simple maneuver, I guess, because we're flipping the entire trajectory of our rocket. And we lost our orbit. Or did we flip our direction? I have no idea. I'm not looking. How many Kerbals am I saving? I think there are 3 down there. I think Jebediah is one of them. I'm pretty sure it was Jebediah's fault that that mission failed. Because there's no possible way I could be at fault when Jebediah is there. We've seen the shenanigans he can do. But right now we have Nelmal, Feleni, and Stamal Kerman with us. I decided to leave the dynamic doomed trio behind this time. I kind of figured they crashed a rocket into a planet. So it was probably doomed from the start, especially when one of them was named Doom. Stop leaving Kerbals everywhere. I can't help it. It's not my fault. I wasn't there at the time. Oh wait, I am past my burn time. Whoops. Uh-oh, what happened? Okay, we're good. Alright, so I think what we're gonna do is add a maneuver here. And actually, what we should be doing is adding a maneuver here instead. In fact, we should probably get rid of all that and try that one more time. There we go. And we're going to drag this down so it looks a little bit happier. And we're probably going to crash into a planet for no reason. Or a moon, rather. Wait, where are we? What are we crashing into? Tylo. That is not where we want to be. So I'm also going to bring our apoapsis down. And our periapsis down. And, actually, kind of curious. Were we able to grab something here? No. That's okay, we'll just do that. Have I tried getting Space Agency? I have not. I might get it at some point, but I'm not entirely sure when. Mostly because uh, I don't want to spend money on games that may not actually be worth spending money on. I want to see it be successful before I buy it, stream it, you know, say, yeah, this is a great game. And being a physics-based game, I also want to see a lot more polish on it, especially after what happened with KSP 2. KSA is free? Oh, okay. If you're in the Discord, send me a link on Steam. I'm going to fast forward to our maneuver. And if you're not on the Discord, go ahead and click on that link at the top of my channel. Fill out the quick little application. Fun little thing. And join. It's free to do. Just the same as hitting that subscribe button is free to do. We're trying to hit 100 subscribers by the end of this stream. And I will make a cursed rocket to go to the furthest planet. I have no idea what's going on here. Am I going to actually make this? Or am I going to still crash into Tylo? We're about to find out. It's a passion project? Yeah, from what I've seen initially, it looks like it has potential to be really good. There we go. And where are we? Oh, we're going to get an encounter. But we're also going to get a Tylo escape, so let's go ahead and fast forward time. I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to fast forward. Can't walk. Okay, can't walk. Warp. Words. Not working. We're going to manually time warp. And just give Tylo a quick little flyby here. There we go. Just to make sure we actually make it past there, we're going to grab that periapsis, add the maneuver to circularize. And we're going to go ahead and hit that button. It's free forever. Oh, that's pretty cool. Free download, but they ask for donations. Well, that's a good way to do it. So, send me a link in Discord, and I will download it and see if I can't make a video out of it. I got to do a little bit of exploring of it and see how the mechanics of it work and go from there. Because I don't want to record an entire video of me just trying to figure out how everything works. It might get a little boring. Okay, we are one day from our position here. We're going to go ahead and grab that real quick. And then maybe if it's super polished and really, really nice, I will do some lives with it as well. Let me go ahead and start that burn. I have no idea why I started it that early, but sure, why not? There we go. Getting close, getting closer, getting closest. Kind of, sort of there. Kind of grabbing a bunch of different things here. There we go. That should work. Circularize around Jewel. And apparently we're getting a very close encounter with Lathe. We have the Lathe escape, Lathe encounter right there. We're going to add a maneuver just because I can and nobody told me no. We're going to circularize around Lathe. And if you were wondering where we were going, we are going to Lathe. Because that is where the Kerbins are, or the Kerbals are stranded. This is also a 2-minute burn, so we may actually lose that encounter. What is this way over here? That's a Lathe encounter over there. But there's an escape there, but there's also an encounter there. That is weird. It's not entirely ready, but it's up and coming very fast. Alright, so I will definitely check it out. Like I said, send me a link in Discord, and I will see what I can do with it. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and fast forward that 4 hours and 13 minutes, because I'm not going to make you guys suffer through that long. We need aliens in this game, like Lathians or Dunians. It's actually kind of funny to say. But that's clever. I like that. All right, we have our encounter, and we're going to go ahead and start that burn because we are way past when we should have started it. We have a lot of speed to burn off. What about Kerbals? Oh, wait. They're tiny little space frogs. That's what Kerbals are. Definitely not aliens. They are not the aliens. Everyone else is. I'm the alien. You're the alien. We're all aliens to them. Oh, and it looks like we're actually going to be running out of Delta V. Not only are we running out of Delta V, we're running out of Delta V mid-burn. Uh-oh. And why are we crashing into Jewel? Definitely a big uh-oh. Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, whether I know what you mean or I don't know what you mean, I don't know what you mean. All right, we are out of Delta V, and it looks like we're actually going to have that stage crash into Jewel, which is perfectly fine. That is where Krakens are born. So we're going to go ahead and stage that out. We're going to give that a couple seconds to get away from the spacecraft. Uh-oh is the perfect summary of this game. Oh, absolutely. No, that is the perfect summary of me playing the game. Because I don't pay attention to a whole lot while I'm playing. I just kind of haphazardly do things. There we go, words and sentences today. And I just hope for the best. And it's actually kind of fun to do it that way just because I don't want to sit here doing all of the math trying to figure things out. We should probably stage out and continue this burn. Otherwise, we're going to crash. Sim, you don't know the Kraken. Ooh. Okay, so if you don't know about the Kraken, you're going to have to go back and watch some of my videos and check out what the Kraken is capable of, because it is scary. And when it takes form, it takes really creepy form. Like when you see the Kraken, you will definitely know it is the Kraken. However, you're gonna have to watch like several months of my lives to be able to see it. Or alternatively, you can check out the short movies that I made, and that'll give you a pretty good explanation of it. We are circularized around Lathe. We're gonna go over to the periapsis here and get rid of that first, because that's, oh, can't warp there. There we go. Add maneuver. Circularize again. Drag that way down. Whoa, way too close. Can't be too bad. What's the worst that'll happen? Get over to our maneuver position. Yeah, so the Kraken is basically what we blame for things going wrong with our spacecraft that shouldn't happen. And I have that happen kind of a lot. Kind of a huge amount. Which makes for great content, but it makes it very difficult to maneuver around space and, live to tell the tale. We are at our maneuver. We have 9 seconds to burn. We're going to go ahead and zoom in and check out our nice, fancy little stage 2 here. Technically stage 3 if you want to count the booster stage. Alright, so 33 seconds out. We're just going to start that burn anyways, because why not? That is bright. Why did I use that particular rocket? Oh, way past the burn. Way past the... Oof. How close are we getting? 87. Ooh, we have to fix that. So we're going to add a maneuver here. And drag this out. No, we're not. No, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of that. We're going to warp to here. Oh, that is the wrong way. Stop it. Stop, 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 stop. That was almost bad. That was almost really bad. Alright, we're going to go ahead and switch over to prograde. And that should bring us around going this way. Ooh, that is bright. Someone needs to put a dimmer switch on the sun. Alright, so now that we're facing that direction, we're going to go ahead and burn just a little bit. Bring that out just a tiny bit. And see what we can do about fixing this. 113,000. Yeah, I don't like that. I think I need a little bit more than that. We're going for 200,000. Oh, we just lost our orbit. Flip it around to retrograde. You had saves and reverts off. Yeah, I don't really use the save button as much as I probably should. We're going to get our orbit back here. 154,000. We're going to warp to here and see what happens with it. I can't remember how close I can actually get. There we go. Now, somewhere on this planet... Whoop, wrong screen to zoom out on. Oh, what Rocky is doing is he is playing in a way that removes the ability to undo mistakes, which is fun because you never know what happens, or you never know what's going to happen. And if you make a mistake, you can't really fix it. You just have to make it work with how it is. And welcome to you guys that are showing up. I appreciate you guys stopping in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and the like. Let's see if we can get as many likes as we have current viewers. That's a good goal to reach. So I think we should be okay, but we need to figure out where they are on this planet. Ah, they are way down there. So I actually have to adjust my orbit to line up. There is no room in the spacecraft. Whoops, wrong button. There is no room in the spacecraft for them, so we can't actually save them. I just want to see if they're actually still there. Sim, I actually don't play with saves or reverts. The only time I hit the save button is using an autosave to save at the end of a stream. Just in case something happens and I have to load it that way. Alright, so let's see if we can adjust our orbit. Actually, what we should be doing is add maneuver, circularize, get nice and close. We don't seem to be crashing. Periapsis is holding at 154,000. Jump over to that maneuver position. And go ahead and start that burn now. Now, I do have a failsafe on this rocket. So I'm not as concerned with the fuel. But I am slightly concerned. Because I don't know if that failsafe is actually going to work. I don't know what the thrust to weight ratio of it would be. There we go. We are circularized. Close enough anyways. Now, I think that probably won't work. So what I want to do is I want to come over to, I think, here. Add maneuver. Zoom in. And drag. Whoops, wrong way. Drag that until we have... No, that won't work either. How did I get to there? What trajectory was I on to make that happen? Because if I leave that like that, the moon is still going to spin. And that's not going to do us any good. Will I be able to bring them back? Let's start by seeing if we can actually even get to them, because I don't know if we can even really do that successfully currently. Because math isn't mathing, because I'm not doing math, and I'm trying to figure out how to get an encounter with them. So, that's not going to work. Let's see here. If I bring the orbit... Which way is this planet spinning? I can't tell. No, we're going to go with that, and we're going to see what happens. And of course that's moving right there. We're going to stop that warp. Because I think I just figured out what I'm going to do. Get rid of that. Add a maneuver here. And do this the smart way and not go for trying to line up with it, but go for being where it's going to be at a given point. Like a smart person. See, I can be smart sometimes. There we go. Of course, you know, as per our standard, we are on the dark side of the planet. You have to train your Kerbals as well. So you have experience on, okay. Oh, I am past my burn time. Let's start that. There we go. Way too far, I think. But we're going to make that work. Get rid of that now. And we're going to warp to here. Because I do believe, even though we're on the dark side, we can probably, possibly, kind of, sort of, hopefully anyways, make this work. We're roughly around there. Going to go retrograde. And we're going to start burning. And if we do it right, we can end up being roughly about where they will be by the time we get to right about there. And of course, we're going to time warp to that generalized area. How do you get the second star for Kerbal? For a Kerbal? I'm not sure. I haven't played with experience in a really long time. Mostly because I have a science run going. And I'm going to need those activated. I really hope they have enough power. Because we went way too far. So we have to try to get this back. Oh, that is shaking way too much. I went the wrong way. I went entirely the wrong way. That's okay. We can make this work. We're going to slow down to a complete stop in the middle of the air. And we're going to go up. Oh, nope, nope. Don't do that. Don't do that. We're going to go stability. No, we're going to go retro. And we're going to go up. And we're going to go prograde. Why are we doing spinny things? Why are we doing the spinny things? Why are we going down? Let's go back to retro, because apparently we're going down. And let's get... Oh, no, stop, stop. Nope, stay. Nope, nope, do the things. Nope, not that, not that. Nope, stay that way. There, nope, wait, maybe, possibly. Nope, cut that off. Let's add a maneuver here. Maybe we can make this work. Nope, not that. Can we add a maneuver here to drag this down to here? Right about there. Maneuver position. We are plummeting to the planet, or the moon rather, and I'm just sitting here making maneuver nodes. I should call the Blunderbirds? No, no. That would be a perpetual phone call. There we go. Now we have things working properly. We're going to switch that over to prograde. And hopefully, we come out here. We can stretch that out to just about right there. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Yeah, that works. Haha. I think we have this. I think we may very well have this. So I'm going to go ahead and warp to here just so I can see what's happening. There we go. If I can land this just about next to the crashed spacecraft, all of you guys definitely need to hit that like button. This is definitely not easy. Add a maneuver node there just so I can see where it is. We're going to go ahead and switch to retrograde. Wait, what happened? What just happened? Something happened. Why? Why am I going back up? How am I going back up? I was in the air. Um... Time warp? No. Uh... Map? Spacecraft, where are you? How did I lose the spacecraft I was in? Uh... um... Well, there's that. I lost the spacecraft I was flying. I have no idea what happened or how that happened. So we're gonna hit that time warp and see what happens when we get back up to the surface of wherever we are. Uh, you're completely correct. The Kraken was definitely involved. I may or may not have angered the Kraken. Yeah, I did. I don't know how I lost the, the ship that I was flying, but apparently I can lose not only planets, but also the ships that I am physically operating. I'm not entirely sure how that happened. But apparently that happened. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this up to 0 to figure out if it's just the Kraken and I can recover it, and I just happen to be in, you know, some kind of purgatory, or if we have actually what's happening is this right here is the spacecraft that I was flying. Somehow it is not the entire spacecraft. I've lost the rest of it. Uh, so I guess we can leave that to do whatever it's doing. I don't think they look very happy about it either. They're confused just the same as I am. Like I said, uh, leave it to me to find all of the things that could possibly go wrong and make them happen. So we're gonna leave there. We're gonna go to the Space Center. I said we're gonna go to the Space Center. I said we're gonna go to the no, Space Center. Leave anyways. It's still gonna be there. Well, typically when something catastrophic like that happens, that's about where I end the stream because there's not a whole lot of time left. However, what I am gonna do is I'm going to take just that single stage of that rocket as soon as we fight the loading time here. And we're going to do a Mun mission. We're just going to fly over to the Mun. We're going to do a quick landing on there just to prove that it isn't the rocket that was the problem and just show that the Kraken was there. So we're going to go ahead and launch that. And it's just going to be that one single stage. We're going to stage out the rest of it. And we're going to suffer through our long load times. There we go. RCS on. Oh, there's a storm too. Uh-oh. That's okay. We're going to stage that out. We're going to stage those out. Uh-oh. Oh, I should have thought that one through. Get rid of that. Launch. Launch. Do a thing. We got lucky. A little wobbly. There we go. We are in space again. Was the mission really completely scrubbed? Well, what happened was I was making fun of the Kraken at some point somewhere down the line. Wait, what was that? I saw a thing on my screen. What was that? What happened? What broke? What went catastrophically wrong? Can we maneuver? Can we do a thing? Add maneuver. Circularize. Do that. Do that. Hit that. Yeah, so apparently this rocket, as is just like this, can go really fast and actually stay stable. What camera mod is that? That is a good question. Jump into the VC of Discord after the live, and we'll just go through my mods list. I'll probably my mod list, and I could probably get away with copying and pasting the whole list for you. If you haven't joined the Discord, go ahead and fill out that application and join. It is definitely worth it. That's where I post random things. I hang out there. I'll hang out in VC, maybe even do some little off-recording gaming. And I should probably start that burn. There we go. Hey, and I didn't miss it. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, now is an awesome time to do so. We're trying to hit 100 subs by the end of this stream. Oh, I should have stopped that a long time ago. And if we hit 100 subs by the end of the stream, I will make the absolute most cursed rocket I can possibly make, and I will go to the furthest most planet. Alright, so let's see here. Yeah, it's close enough. There's the mun right there. We are weirdly sideways. Let's go over to here. I don't like that either. Get rid of that. Let's click around here until we find the... Actually, why don't I just set this as target? There we go. Found it. Almost found it. Let me have it. Sure, why not? Add maneuver. And we're just going to bring this up to a semi-reasonable orbital existence. I feel like that's a little crooked, but that's okay. Jump over to there, warp over to there. What instruments can I play? My primary is drums. My secondary is piano. And then any and all instruments are my third, fourth, and so on. Sitting right next to me right now, I have a saxophone, flute. I have an accordion somewhere in here. Guitar, bass, pretty much anything you put in front of me. If I don't know how to play it, I will figure out how to play it. And if I can't figure out how to play it, I will definitely figure out how to play it just because it's challenged me enough that I really need to figure out how to play it. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start that burn now. We don't have to worry too much about being super accurate. We just want a flat little plane here to play with. It shows orbital bodies around them. The mun? Yes. That is the mun's moon. Otherwise aptly called the Mun Junior in previous streams. Alright, so there we are there. We're going to jump over to, let's say around, you know what, right there. Add maneuver. Bring this out. And then around to here. And then over to there. Whoops, too far. Way too far. Let's bring that to right there. And then over to where my encounter will actually be. There it is. And hit the maneuver. Hit the fast forward. Does that include the kazoo? Yes, I can play the kazoo. The munion. I kind of like that. We're going to have to put that up to a vote. Do we keep it the Mun Junior or do we change it to the Munion? Is it a custom mod? Yes, that is a custom mod. Who made it? I can't remember. However, if you jump into the Discord, I will send you the mods list if you request it. It's going to be a very large text file because I'm just going to copy the whole thing and then paste it. We are close enough to our burn time. I think I can probably work with that. What's the worst that can happen? We're using electric engines as well to do this. You don't have Discord? It is free to set up. It's actually pretty handy. And it also gives you the ability to join different gaming sessions with both myself and my editor, who is almost always looking for someone to play random games with. Whoops, didn't mean to stop it. Come on, let me have it. Let me have it. Let me have the actual one. Nope, not that one. Wait, did I miss it? No, I didn't. Nope, wait, what was that? Oh, okay. That was weird. Why am I going so far out? Ah, haha. I wasn't paying attention. Well, I was paying attention. I just wasn't paying attention to the right thing. Let's bring that back. Let's get that back. That is really weird, but you know what? I accept. Go ahead and switch that to stability. Get rid of that. We have our encounter somewhere in here. Closest approach. There's the encounter. All right. We're going to go ahead and warp to there. Play multiplayer on KSP. Uh, it does exist. It's just I would have to do some serious testing, and I'd have to do some research on the mod maker as well, because typically when you're using multiplayer systems in the form of a mod, it has a lot to do with your IP and information being transferred in various ways. So I'd have to look into it a little bit more. Gonna add a maneuver right there to circularize so we can get our encounter with the Mun. Might do a Mun Junior flyby just so you guys can see that. And fast forward over there, hit that button over there. Why are we fast forwarding so slowly? I feel like I can walk faster than that fast forward. You've done it with your friends? How does it work? Time warp is glitchy? Oh, that would be a tough thing, because uh I have very limited time to record, and I have limited time to stream. Limited time to record because I have to record, anywhere between 3 and 5 videos a day to keep ahead. And way too long to stream because I don't want to put you guys through, real-time space travel. It syncs to the client. Okay. I should probably start this burn at some point. There we go. I forgot what that burn was for. Oh yeah, circularization. Wow, the words and sentences are not working today. Add maneuver here. We're going to drag this down a little bit. Yeah, just about to that. You know what? Oh, I have terrible ideas. I have really bad ideas. Wrong direction. Whoop. Nope. 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 Let me have it. There it is. Haha. Mun Junior encounter. Fast forward. Jump over here. You want panda? You just have to set a timer and wait. I don't know if I could wait that long. I am like super impatient when it comes to waiting for things in games. Hence the reason I very much so break games and make them do things they shouldn't be able to do. Purely out of impatience. I'm going to go ahead and start the maneuver here. Just do it really slowly. That way we don't do too many bad things. That's close enough. So there's the Mun. There's the Mun Junior. Mun Junior is orbiting the Mun. Kind of a weird orbit, but we are going to crash into it. Looks like we have an escape. So we might be able to make this work. Go ahead and warp to here. There we go. There's our encounter. Haha, I win. Warp to here. Just don't crash into it. It is super jagged and rocky and crazy and really difficult to land on. I've never landed on it because I have deemed it impossible. Temporarily impossible. Might not be impossible later on. However, there's a nice little view of Kerbin. Yeah, Kerbin. There we go. Words. And then if we look down there, we have the Mun Jr. So many lives ago, we did a mission to it and we got super incredibly close to it. We were skirting across the surface of it, probably around like just under 1,000 meters. So that is what the Mun Jr. looks like. However, we're not going to land on it just yet because I have to test to see if it's even possible. Munyon, perfect name. Rings make sense. So you guys think we should rename this the Munyon? I don't know. Is Cam in here? Because Cam actually won that one back when we named it the Mun Jr. If Cam agrees, I could probably ask him in Discord later. Then we can change this to the Munyon. So that is what that looks like. And then if we look right over there, we have the Mun. I know it's very dark for you guys watching on YouTube. Which is why we're going to switch over to here. We're going to get our escape over there, get back out into here, and add a maneuver here to do a proper circularization and drop our periapsis down to, say, whoops, wrong direction. Right about there. 18,000. I can work with that. Let me rephrase that. Let me switch that. Ooh. Wrong way. Wait, what am I doing? Something's happening. You know what? Get rid of that. That was not going to work. We're going to go ahead and add a maneuver here to circularize. And then we're going to add a maneuver at the periapsis to circularize again and bring it down to about there, 107,000. Then we're going to go ahead and add a maneuver to here to circularize again. And there we go. Let's start our first burn. Yeah, so we're going to ask Kim and see if he agrees with naming it the Munyon, or renaming it the Munyon. I am not streaming on Twitch only because there's a lot of things that have to do in order to make that happen while also being on YouTube, and it's a really finicky thing between the two of them. And I just as soon focus my attention on all of you guys watching here on YouTube. Makes it a lot easier for me to interact with you and not isolate anyone. So we are just about at our maneuver position. Hopefully we don't crash into anything in the process of this. Yeah, so I also use OBS. That's what I've used for years. It's what's familiar to me. And I don't like to change it up, especially when I have a very set schedule. We're going to go ahead and start that burn now. Bring that down to here. Whoop. Almost. Oh, no. No, a little more. A little more. No, stop, stop. Too far. Whoops. All right, we're going to go to our next maneuver position. Have a good night, Lev. I will possibly see you at the ranch tomorrow, I'm sure, if you're going to be there. And then we're going to go ahead and fast forward You're glad you spent the time to set up the multi-stream because you don't do a whole lot to change it now. Yeah, so I like to do one thing at a time and just make sure I do that one thing properly and as best as I possibly can. We're going to switch over to our third position. You got your on-screen chat looking better and added a follower count. That's pretty cool. I was thinking about doing an on-screen chat just primarily just to make it easier for me to read while also doing stuff, but then I realized I have a lot of stuff already all over my screen, all over the place that I have to look at, and that would not be beneficial. Um, it would both cover up things that I need to look at and also make it really hard for anyone looking at the screen to read it. So we're gonna go ahead and do that real quick. That's a quick little burn. I should probably do a little quicker. There we go. Close enough. Periapsis is now at just about 100,000 meters. And for you guys that are still watching, there's about 86 of you. I appreciate every single one of you sticking around. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. The goal is 100 subscribers by the end of the stream, which is coming up relatively soon-ish, roughly, give or take. So the sooner you hit that subscribe button, sooner we can hit that 100. And then I will make a super crazy cursed rocket and go to the furthest most planet that we have in the Outer Planets mod. All right, we're going to jump out of the map screen, figure out where we are very close. All right, so now we're going to jump over to retrograde because we're going to do the thing that started a series of, I think it was 7 or 8 live streams of just trying to rescue Kerbals and then rescue the rescue missions and then rescue the rescue missions that were rescuing other rescue missions. So there's that. So we're not going to do that this time. We're going to land properly and we're going to get back to Kerbin. We're going to start that burn now, slow down just a little bit, and there we go. We're going to speed up time here just because we can. And because the Kraken shouldn't be on the moon anymore. We're going to slow down. We are moving a lot weirder than I thought we were going to be. But that is okay. Yeah. Ultimate Cursed Rocket. That is what we will build if we hit 100 subscribers by the end of this screen. By the end of this stream. This stream. There we go. I cannot talk today. This is great. All right, we're at 31,000 meters, give or take. 30. There's a 31. I said that too early. We're gonna slow down just a little bit. Bring it just under 100 meters per second. There we go. And then we're gonna fast forward time just a little bit more. I said fast forward time. Oh, geez, no, don't do bad things. Don't do bad things. That was close. Anyways, let's try that fast forward. Wait, what does it do? That is weird. What is it doing? The Kraken is definitely here. 100% here. Now we're on the dark side and still descending. Uh, I mean, there's that. Yes, I am still here. I was just super focused on not crashing this time. Yeah, so we're at 150 meters, and we're coming in a little bit quicker than I would like to, but that's okay. We're gonna bring it down to just about. Oh, that's actually working pretty well. Hold that in a decent place, roughly. Oh, ooh, no, don't start doing things. Don't start doing weird. No, don't go up either. Go back down. Come on, we got this. Why is it going so quickly? Nope, don't go back up. Stop dancing. Come on, come on. Oh, we touched down? Did we touch down? We touched down. Haha. And we are stable. Well, we're sort of standing. We're going to burn through all of our monopropellant trying to stay stable. But we are on the mun. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it is definitely there. It blends in with the rocks, but you can see that we are kind of sort of there. So with that, we're going to go back to Kerbin. We're going to make our official ascent out of the mun at 1,000 meters per second, hopefully, if I can get there. Come on, let me have it. There it is. Ha, 1,100. Not quite the 1,000. Yeah, so I should probably get that mod at some point. Add that to my collection of mods. Wait, what is going on there? Where am I? What is this? Kerbin escape. Wait, does that mean I have a Kerbin encounter somewhere? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a maneuver here. And I'm going to bring this over here. I'm going to grab this one instead. Bring that this way. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Move over to here. Burn time is 11 seconds, 14 minutes away. We're going to go ahead and fast forward. Why is it doing weird things? The Kraken is definitely involved here. Yeah, you're right. The ambient light boost is stock, and I keep forgetting about it. So we're going to do that. As soon as this stream is over, I am going to change those settings. I guarantee I will forget by then. So we're going to go ahead and start that burn now. There we go. That looks a lot better. There. Wait, why is it still saying we're... Oh, that's the Mun escape. Let's go ahead and warp to there. Still doing weird things, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and fast forward. Fast forward again. Fast forward one more time. Perfect. There we go. Wait. There we go. Haha, I win. Still doing weird things. Add maneuver to periapsis. Go ahead and circularize that around Kerbin. And then just because I can and no one's telling me no, I'm going to get really close. We're at 560,000. We're going to get closer. 339. We're going to get it closer. 212. Still closer. 126,000. I accept. I'm going to go ahead and jump over to the maneuver position here. And we're going to hit that button and get really dizzy for absolutely no reason other than the fact that I probably should have warned you that we're going to do this, but it is too late. We are already in position. And there's Kerbin. And we're going to start that burn now because we can and because it doesn't matter if we're close or not because we're still going to crash. I mean, land. Land. I meant land. We're going to land. Get rid of that real quick. Jump back out to the map. Periapsis is at 143,000. Go ahead and add a maneuver there and circularize. Hit the map button and then jump over to there and hit the maneuver. We're gonna crash like whoa, geez, that came up quick. Haha, there's the home. And then we're gonna start that burn now. And we're going to slow that down. Ooh, wow. Weird things. Why are we spinning so much? Slow down. Change over to... No, we're going to stay in retro. Because we are over the ocean, and this is where we are going. I'm going to go ahead and pull us out of orbit. Ooh, we are moving way too much. There we go. And we're going to drop our speed down quite a bit. It is a very controlled crash. You are absolutely correct. It's a tactical crash. That's what it is. Alright, if I can land... Wait, whoa, 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 stop that. Don't do that. That is a bad rocket. I think I reached, Wait, I'm not going back out to space, am I? Okay, good. We are golden. I am not going to hit the time warp anymore. So we're going to go ahead and time warp down to here. Wait, why are we going towards land? I didn't want to go towards land. You know what? We're going to change that to that. We're going to go like, oh, wrong way. That way and that way. There we go. We're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. That way. We're going that way. That's better. Switch that back to retrograde. Bad rocket. I'm going to put you in the corner. We are officially out of space and in the atmosphere. And judging by the epic crash music, I mean, flight music, we are descending at a rapid speed of 1,000 meters a second. We should probably start slowing that down quite a bit. And for those of you still sticking around, I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We are looking for 100 subscriptions by the end of this stream. We're coming up quick. 100 subscribers, and I will make a super curse rocket. There we go. 44,000. Go ahead and time warp a little bit, because that's safe right now. You subscribed to me a while back on, why don't I follow you on Twitch? I could probably do that. I don't go on Twitch very often, but I definitely could probably do that. Just send me a link in Discord. There we go. We're at 12,000 meters, 11,000. 10,000. Cursed SSTO, backwards cockpit. Oh, I'll add all of it. I will make that the ultimate cursed rocket. But I have to see 100 subscribers by the end of this stream. We're coming up at 5,000 meters, and I'm still going way too fast. Now we're going to go ahead and deploy that. Oh, geez, why is it doing weird things? Why is it saying we're going up? You know what? Stage that out. Haha. We have epic takeoff music as we fall to Kerbin. We're going to go ahead and make an adjustment to 1,000 meters on that. And we're going to go ahead and... Ooh, I thought that wasn't going to actually deploy. That was scary. Okay, 1,413, 12, 11. Is it going to deploy? Come on, parachute. Thank you. Thought that wasn't going to open for a second there. And a nice giant open parachute dropping us at 4.6 meters per second and 690 meters left. We'll go ahead and time warp a little bit just because that is super incredibly safe right now. I am definitely lying to you. That is not safe at all. This is usually where the Kraken attacks. 400 meters left. 300 meters. 200 meters. 100 meters. And as of now, we have come close to landing. We're almost there. We're almost there, I promise. Almost. And we have splashed down on Kerbin and made the entirety of this whole stream's mission successful. We're not going to talk about what happened over on Jewel. That I still can't explain that. That being said, don't forget to hit that. Wow, words. Don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Come on. Let me change. Thank you.